The world's strongest, Dracule Mihawk. Probably mispronounced that, but that's okay. This man's been disrespected by the community for far too long, and this video is to show people why Dracule Mihawk deserves respect. Also how I deserve respect by hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more videos like this. Also hit that notification bell at the top if you do enjoy this video and you don't want to miss out on any more videos like this. But back to Mihawk. Why should people respect Mihawk? Well, there's one obvious answer. He's the strongest swordsman in One Piece, point period. There are a lot of swordsmen in One Piece, and then there's people that use a sword but aren't necessarily a swordsman. People that are swordsmen and trained by the swords, people like Zoro and Mihawk. Then you have people that use swords but aren't necessarily swordsmen, like Roger and Whitebeard. At least as far as we know, at least for Roger. We don't really know if he's really been a swordsman, but every time we see him he does use a sword, so. But the main point is that no matter what, Mihawk is the strongest swordsman in One Piece, and that can't be debated. This is the person that helped Shanks become the famous person who he is today. In fact, Shanks and Mihawk's battles were so fierce that everybody in the whole world were talking about it. They even had Yonko telling them how they really loved that battle and that they were highly respected. And out of all the respected people, Mihawk is still the one that's claimed to be the strongest swordsman in the world. And as for Shanks, he is a swordsman too. I don't know why there's a weird thing when it comes to Mihawk versus Shanks that people just decide that Shanks is not a swordsman. Guys, Shanks is a swordsman whether you want to admit it or not. Yes, he has powerful conqueror sake, that is true, but he's still a swordsman. It's even proven because Mihawk has respect for him as a swordsman. And what we've seen from Mihawk, he takes swordsmanship very seriously. I mean, why do you think he has so much respect for people like Zoro? It's because he was willing to be slashed down by Mihawk and not have a scar on the back. Zoro doing that is a respect for true swordsmanship, and that's why Mihawk respects him so much. And again, Oda is pretty smart, right? Because the world's strongest swordsman is pretty vague, because damn near everyone uses a sword. You got people like Roger, you got people like Whitebeard, even though his isn't necessarily a sword, but it is a blade. And this makes it confusing for a lot of the fans because you have people that have swords, but are they necessarily swordsmen? And that's why people give an advantage towards people like Shanks, because they believe Shanks has the strongest conqueror sake in the verse, which is probably true, but personally I don't think that's enough to wage the gap between him and Mihawk. But this isn't a Shanks versus Mihawk video, I'll make that another time, so let's get back on track. But another reason why he deserves all the respect is because he was a warlord. And you can't say like, why should they be respected? You have people like Crocodile and Gecko Moria that lost to Luffy pre-time skip. And while that is true, that's not the main thing that makes you really important in One Piece. Strength is not everything. As long as you have an organization or connections, you know secrets, you know certain stuff, you could be one of the most dangerous people in One Piece by information alone. Like for example, look at Doflamingo. He's very strong, right? But that's not the main reason why he became a warlord. He became a warlord because he knew secrets about the celestial dragons and that he was a celestial dragon. He had information that could ruin them, and that's why the second he was defeated by Luffy, he was locked up. Then you have people like Boa, right, who doesn't necessarily want to interact with the government but has to, and she just wants to protect her country, and her bounty is 1.6 billion. And Oda has said that the warlords are comparable to the Yonko, maybe not in all strength, but definitely in terms of influence. And we see that, right, because we have 3 warlords together right now in the story: Whitebeard, Crocodile, and Buggy, and they created the Cross Guild. And the Cross Guild is no small thing because it's only gonna get bigger. Imagine people like Boa joining, Doflamingo, Gecko Moria, and you just have all these infamous people and all these other famous pirates that just want to take down the world government. Because let's be honest, everybody teaming up to take down the world government, that would be highly in their favor. And let's be honest, Mihawk was always the strongest warlord no matter what. At least compare right now to Blackbeard and Boa, because both Blackbeard and Boa are fucking crazy right now. Now imagine a scenario where you have Doflamingo with his smile fruits, and you have Crocodile with his organization, and then you have Buggy with his organization, and then Boa with hers. That's just gonna damn near be an unstoppable guild. Like, I don't care what kind of Yonko crew you have, that is gonna be something that's gonna be very hard to take down. Mihawk is also known as the Marine Hunter, and that should be taken very seriously. You know how strong you have to be for the people in the Marines to pay you to stop killing them? We also don't know who he was hunting. Mihawk has said multiple times that he just stopped fighting because he couldn't find anyone stronger than him, at least swordsman wise from what we can tell. Could you imagine Mihawk fighting all the admirals and just being like, okay, I'm bored, I've beaten everything in One Piece, I have nothing else to challenge me? But that is it for now. I just had to get that off my mind that Mihawk is the most powerful swordsman in One Piece that cannot be debated, and he's just very powerful in general, and people should not underestimate him. But without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.